I grew up in Clay County, Alabama, over there in Lineville, and grew up listening to 95 Country. That's the local radio station they had when I was a kid there. And they just played a lot of old country and a lot of country, the current country that was coming up when I was growing up. Just got into it.
Well,
Just fell in love with it.
who are some of those current
I like
artists?
today, I
Who's
like,
your influences?
Like Alabama and Johnny Cash, but I guess Hank Williams Jr. was my favorite, all-time favorite growing up.
Where do you see your music fitting in all of that widespread? Today, country music is such a wide term now.
Yeah.
Where's your
I don't
music?
know if it does fit these days. It's well, you'll see here in a minute when I play. I'm not so sure it does fit in today's market, man. What I'm really digging these days is the music that's coming out of Texas. To me, that's what Nashville used to be. The music that's coming out of Texas. People like Ray Wiley Hubbard, and Robert Earl Keen, and Hayes Carl. Those guys, those Texas guys, to me is what country music used to be in Nashville maybe 15, 20 years ago.
What's happening out there that's bringing this style back up? What are they doing out there that's different from?
I don't know. Around Austin, man, that's just a hotbed of good music, man. Just lots of blues and rock and everything, and it all comes together right there around Austin.
Well, at what point in your life did you decide that you could actually sing, that you could actually do this? How old were you?
Man, I was probably singing all my life, but when I was about 13, I got my first guitar from Hubbard's Music up here in Oxford.
Yeah.
If you know where that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I got my first guitar at. And just learned how to play pretty quick. Got a book that taught all the chords.
Yeah.
And learned how to play. Just fell in love with it, man.
So you're singing. Did you have to work at it, or were you one of those
It was-
naturals?
No,
that you
I wasn't natural, man. It took probably a good 6 months before I could really get to
6
moving.
months.
Before I could move
yeah.
around on some chords. I had 3 chords down good where
Uh-huh.
I could sing some stuff, you know.
Ever thought about experimenting in other genres? What other
I do
music do you
like-
listen to?
Man, I like everything. I really do. I only play country, but now I made a lot of country albums. But the last album I made was a bluegrass album.
Yeah.
But I like rock, man. I really dig that too. I'm into. I listen to a lot of different kinds of music. You know?
Yeah. What's your favorite, like rock and heavier stuff? What's your
The
favorite?
heavier stuff, the heaviest stuff, I guess, would be like AC/DC,
Oh, okay.
Guns N' Roses,
Good
stuff like that.
3-chord old school rock.
Yeah, ZZ Top. That's the real heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of your albums, you got how many you got out? I'm counting 5.
I got
You
5 right
of
now.
them?
The 5th one, the last one, was the bluegrass one. Yeah.
There's one song I want to ask you about off one of those albums. Honky Tonk Girl from
Now, how
Mumford.
did I know you was gonna bring that one up?
Yeah, I know there's a story behind that. So
That came off the very first album I did, Grits and Gravy. That was
Yeah.
in 2007. I was only like 23 years old when I made that album. So I hadn't done a whole lot except for chasing women and drinking.
Yeah.
And that's what that album was all about, man. But yeah, that was a girl I met back at AJ's. That's back when AJ's was AJ's.
Yeah.
And it's a girl I met from AJ's, and she was from Mumford. And yeah, I wrote that. I thought maybe I could impress her if I wrote that song. You know?
Okay. So no tempestuous relationship with that.
No, no
that
long
girl. That was
term
just
doesn't.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, do you have any other albums planning?
Yeah,
coming up
man.
here soon? What do you
We're
got?
working on an album. I do all my recording down at Retrack. Used to be in Lineville. It's moved to Ashland over on the square now with Brian Carter. And I do all my recording there. And we're working on a new one right now. We're really taking our time on this one. It's going to be 15 songs.
Wow.
And we're really taking our time on this one, trying to pick out the next song I want to do a music video to. This, I've done 2 music videos, and you can find those on YouTube. One's called American Boy. That was the first one we did. And then a little on the redneck side was the second one. That one's very cool, man. That's got over 500,000 views on YouTube. And we got a 69 Charger painted up like the General Lee, and it's cutting donuts right behind me while I'm singing. And it's just got us having fun, man. We're just mud riding and just having a good time. And we just called over a bunch of friends. I mean, when I say a bunch, I mean 50 or 60. And then we go out in the woods, and we just had a good time shooting that one.
Tell me about your band. You're just playing an acoustic solo set tonight, but
Tonight's acoustic.
you got a regular.
Things. I kind of play acoustic during the week, and then on the weekend go out with a band. And the band mostly comes from around the Birmingham area.
Yeah. So
One-
you have
the
a set.
Drummer comes from
lineup?
Haleyville, but yeah.
You have a set lineup of guys you work
Yeah, I
with?
got a set lineup with the Johnathan East Band.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
We'll be in Tuscaloosa this weekend at Mike's place.
What else you got coming up? You want to talk about? What kind of big plans?
Well, we
you
got
for us?
we got this country music cruise. You've heard of these cruises? They
Yeah,
go out
theme
like,
cruises,
Yeah,
yeah.
and they have like different acts and stuff. Well, this one we're going to be on. It's got Thompson Square, Parmalee, Neil McCoy. It's got lots of country singers.
Wow.
And we're going to open for. They haven't told us which one we're opening for yet, but we're going to open for one. It's got like 30 different acts.
Wow.
On this one cruise.
Which cruise line is that going to be?
I have no idea.
Something still it's working on, huh?
Uh huh.
All right. Well, tell us how to get in touch with you, look at your music.
Man, the
what's your
best
website?
way is the website, johnathaneast.com, and it tells you everything you need to know. It's got all my music on there, T-shirts, caps, CDs, everything. And it's got my contact information if you want to book me.
Okay. You're on Facebook, I take it?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming here. Looking forward to the show tonight.
Thank y'all so much for having me, man.
All right. Johnathan East, everybody. Thanks a lot. Awesome.
Good deal, man.